Hello friends, welcome to our channel Accounts and Finance with FARSK. This is our video on the bank reconciliation statement 2, the second and the final part. Hope you will like, share and subscribe our channel. Bank reconciliation statement 2, the second and the final part. Bank reconciliation is the process by which the accounts of a business concern compares or matches the balances of its financial accounts with the bank statement to ensure all money going in and out of the business concern is reflected accurately in both places. In most cases, a bank reconciliation statement is generated to compare these records and make adjustments wherever required. It is important to note here that the bank reconciliation statement is necessary to avoid any return of checks due to insufficient funds. Format example. This is a format example for the bank reconciliation statement. There are some columns here: balances as per starting point, debit balance favorable, credit balance overdraft, credit balance favorable, debit balance overdraft. The first is the checks issued but not yet presented for payment. In the debit balance favorable, it will be addition, which means to add, whereas credit balance overdraft, it is deduction, which is exactly the opposite. And credit balance favorable, it will be deduction, and debit balance overdraft, it will be addition. The second, checks deposited into the bank but not yet cleared or credited. Debit balance favorable, if you have, then you have to deduct. Credit balance overdraft, it will be addition. Credit balance favorable, it will be addition. Debit balance overdraft, it will be deduction. The third, interest allowed by the bank. If you have a debit balance which is favorable, it will be addition, whereas for the credit balance overdraft, it will be deduction, which is exactly again the opposite. Credit balance favorable, it will be deduction, and debit balance overdraft, it will be addition. Number 4, interest and dividends collected by the bank. Debit balance favorable, addition, credit balance overdraft, deduction, credit balance favorable, deduction, and the debit balance overdraft, it will be addition. Number 5, direct payments made into the bank by a customer. For debit balance favorable, it will be addition, and credit balance, as we know, for an overdraft, it will be deduction, which is exactly again opposite. Credit balance for favorable, it will be deduction, and debit balance overdraft, it will be addition. Bills receivable collected by bank on behalf of the customer. If your starting point is debit balance favorable, it will be addition, and if it is a credit balance overdraft as a starting point, it will be deduction. Credit balance favorable as the starting point will be deduction for favorable, and debit balance overdraft, it will be addition if you're taking it as a starting point. Interest and expenses charged by the bank. If you're starting with the debit balance favorable, it will be deduction. Credit balance overdraft, if you're starting, it will be addition. And if you're starting with the credit balance favorable, it will be addition. Debit balance overdraft, if we are starting, it will be deduction. Direct payments by the bank. If your starting balance is favorable, debit, it will be deduction. If your starting point is credit balance overdraft, it will be addition. If your starting point is a credit balance favorable, it will be addition. And if your starting point for debit balance overdraft, it will be deduction. Number 9, dishonor of a bill discounted with the bank. If your starting point is debit balance favorable, it will be deduction. If your starting point of a credit balance for overdraft, it will be addition. If your starting point is a credit balance for favorable, it will be addition. And if your starting point is debit balance overdraft, it will be deduction. Wrong entries. In the wrong entries, there are two points here to be noted, A and B. Point number A is wrong debit in cash book or in the bank statement, undercasting of credit side of cash book, overcasting of debit side of a cash book, etc. If your starting point for debit balance favorable, then it will be deduction. If you're starting credit balance overdraft, it will be addition. If your starting point is credit balance favorable, it will be addition. If your starting point is debit balance overdraft, it will be deduction. 10b, wrong credit in the cash book or bank statement, overcasting of credit side of cash book, undercasting of debit side of cash book. If your starting point is debit balance favorable, it will be addition. If your starting point is credit balance overdraft, it will be deduction. If your starting point is credit balance favorable, it will be deduction. If your starting point for debit balance for overdraft, it will be addition. That's it for today. Hope you like our video. For more videos, please do not forget to like, share and subscribe our channel Accounts and Finance with FARSK. Thank you. Have a great day.